Good evening, Aditya. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sudeshna. Good evening, Pranjali. Good evening, Dolly. We will start at sharp 7, okay? Good evening, Srijata. Good evening, Sakshi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rudula. Do you guys even give time for revision? Okay, Aditya. Yes, revision is necessary, okay? You must revise. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Good evening, Anchita. Okay, Anurag, I will share it in the Google Classroom, okay? Also, I have shared some book links from Amazon if you guys want to read that in the class recording. You can take a look there as well. I will also upload it on Google Classroom. Okay, so let's start with our today's session. Till now, we learned some basic Python concepts. Today, we will start using Python for biology. Whatever we learn today will be directly used in BioPython. Also, you don't need to memorize anything, just understand how Python sees a biological sequence. So let's open our IDE VS Code. So here let's make a variable. We always start with a variable. So here I'm making a variable DNA and I am giving it a value ATGCGT. And I am writing print DNA. Now here we all know that this is a text. Anything we write inside quotation marks is considered as text. But in Python, we don't call it a text. We call it a string. So here in Python, this is a string. So here instead of saying that this is a text, we are storing a string inside our variable DNA. So right now Python does not know that this is a DNA sequence. It only knows that this is a string. So what is a string? A string is anything which is written inside quotation marks. For example, if I write quotation marks, hello, if I write quotation marks, Python, if I write quotation marks 15, or if I write quotation marks ATGC. Now, all of these are strings. All of these are strings because they are inside quotation marks. Or we can say double quotes. These are called double quotes as well. So in Python, this DNA sequence is stored as a string, which means it is treated as text. Now, as I am saying that this is a string, we can also make Python print us in the output whether it's a string or not. Now, to do that, we can write, let's write print, then add parenthesis, then write the name of our variable, which is DNA. Now, before writing our variable, we add one word here, that is type, and then we write our variable DNA inside parenthesis. Now by writing this line, we check whether our variable DNA, this value, we are storing this value inside our variable DNA. So by writing this line, we are telling Python to print us in the output the type of the value in this variable. Means we already know that this is a string, but right now we are telling Python to tell us in the output whether it's a string or not. So let's run it. So here in the output, we are seeing that Python has printed us str, class str. Str is short for string. So Python knows that this is a string. Even if I write, let's make another variable number, and here let's use quotation marks, or we can say double quotes. Let's write a number inside this, and now print the type of this variable. Let's write print, add parenthesis, write type, then again add parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis give the name of a variable, that is number. Now let's run this again. So here we are saying that this line has printed us the type of our value which is stored inside this variable number. So Python has printed us class string. So Python knows that this is a string. If we remove the double quotes, now run it again. Now Python has printed us int. Int is short for integer. So Python is saying that now the type of this value is integer, means it's a number. So as I'm saying that in Python we call it a string, and we also proved it by letting the Python print us in the output that this is a string. Now if we wish to find out the length of this DNA sequence or the length of this string, so in Python we have a built-in function called length. So this is a Python built-in function called length. Just like we have this Python built-in function called print, similarly we have another built-in Python function called length. Now, as we all know, the function of this print is to display something on the screen. Similarly, the function of this length is to count how many characters are present in a string. Now, how to use this function? Just like we are using print, how to use this length function? Firstly, write print, then add parenthesis. Now, inside this parenthesis, write length. Len is short for length. Now add parenthesis again, and inside this parenthesis give the name of our variable, which is DNA. Now let's run it. Now here we are seeing 6. Now we already know, let's add the simple line which we already know, print DNA. Now we already know what this line prints us. Let's run it again one more time. Now we already know what this line does. This line prints the value of this variable, and what this line is doing, this line is printing us the length of our variable. means the value which we have stored inside this variable, it has printed its length. So here we are saying 6 means the length of this value or the length of this string is 6. Let's count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here we are saying that the length of this string is 6, which also means that there are 6 nucleotides in this DNA sequence. Right now, this length function does not understand biology. For now, it is only counting the letters. For example, if I write name is equal to Muskan and I'm writing print, and inside the parenthesis I'm using my length function, add parenthesis again and give the name of a variable. Here its name. Let's run it. Let's comment this out for a second. Let's run it now. So here in the output we are saying 6, which means this length function has given me the length of my variable, and inside this variable this is my value and its length is 6. If we count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the purpose of length? What is the purpose of using length? It gives us the length of our string. Means we can count how many nucleotides are there in a DNA sequence. Now, why are we learning this length concept? Because in bioinformatics, one of the first thing we do is calculate the length of the sequence. So this length function becomes very powerful in Biopython. Now, before moving forward, does anyone has any doubts regarding this length function or what we just learned right now about the type and the length? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, it's clear to everybody? Okay. Okay, how do you make comment? See, if I have used this hashtag in Python, if we use hashtag and then we write anything, it becomes a comment. Comment simply means that we don't want Python to, if I run it, Python will, what will Python do? It will give me the output. Let's run this one. Let's run this. Here we are saying that Python has given us the output in the terminal. But what if we do not want to run this program and we also don't want to remove it? So we just make it a comment. Just select it and press Control and forward slash. By pressing Control and forward slash, you can make it a comment. Comment simply means we are using the hashtags. Okay, suppose, let's comment out it again. Suppose I want to mention that this is my program. So here we are seeing lines, yellow line, red line. So Python does not know what is this. So if I will run it, Python will give me an error. So I don't want Python to execute this line. So what I will do, I will just make it a comment, means I will just use hashtag in front of it. Now this is a comment. Now Python ignores it. Now Python does not care about this. Let's run it. So here Python does not know anything about this. Python is ignoring this line. Alright, so this is a comment. Yes, Aditya? Yes, Pranjali, we are going to learn this today. Yes, Vidasri? Yes. Yes, Aditya? 15 example. Can you explain it? What do you want to ask? Vidasri, what's your doubt? Yes, Aditya, what do you want to ask in the example? Vidasri, I'm not getting what are you typing here. Can you write it in a more clearer way? Aditya, I gave this example 15 that Okay, now let's make this a comment. Selected, control and forward slash. Now this is a comment. Now let's move on to Aditya example. Here what I did, I made a variable number and I stored 15. Now here I'm not storing 15 inside quotation marks. So here Python understands that this is a number. Now what if I want Python to print me in the output that this is a number? So what we do, we print the type of our variable. So we write print, then we add parenthesis. Now inside this we write type and add parenthesis again, and inside this parenthesis we give the name of our variable, which is number. Let's write number. So by writing this line, what are we trying to do? We are giving the instruction to Python to tell us the type of our variable number. Means the value which we have stored inside our variable, what's its type? Is it a string? Is it a number? What it is? Now let's run it. Now here Python has printed us class integer. Now that Python understands that this is not inside quotation marks, means this is a number. But if I write it inside quotation marks and now I'm telling Python to print me its type. Now let's run it again. Now Python has printed me class string because it is inside the double quotes or quotation marks. Now this is a string, means it is treated as text. So Python has printed me that this is a string. str short for string, int short for integer. Aditya, it's clear now? Is your output printing str? Okay, share your screenshot in the group. I will check it. Yes, Vidasri, we can do it. In the upcoming classes, we are going to do this part. Okay, let's take another data type example. Here we have stored a string and we have also stored a number. Now let's make it 15.1 or let's make it 15.0. Now what will Python print us in the output? As we know that this is a number, but we also know that in maths we call it a decimal number. So in Python, instead of saying a decimal number, Python say it a float. That it's a float data type. It's not a string, it's not an integer, it's a float data type. So if we want to check the type of a value, we simply just write print and then type and then the name of our variable. Python will print us the type of our value. Okay? Okay, now let's move forward. Now here, let's understand how to access individual nucleotides from this DNA sequence. We already know that this DNA sequence is stored as a string in Python, and this string has multiple letters A, T, G, C, G, T. Now Python allows us to access each letter of this sequence one by one. And to do this, we use something called indexing in Python. Now what is indexing? Indexing simply means the position number of each character. So here in this string, these are characters, A character, T character, G character. So they all have a position number. For example, we have an index page on every book, and what does the index page say? That the first chapter is on page number 1, second chapter is on page number 10, third chapter is on page number 20. Similarly, in Python, indexing means that each character in this string has an index number or a position number. But there is a one very important rule that you all must remember, that in Python, Counting always starts from 0. In Python, counting always starts from 0 and not from 1. So for this DNA sequence, let's make a comment here. So for this DNA sequence, the first nucleotide A is on index number 0, and then the second nucleotide T is on index number 1, and then G is on index number 2, C is on index number 3, then G is on index number 4, and then 5. So that is how we do indexing in Python. It always starts from 0. It never starts from 1. Now, let me show you this in code. Now, I want to access this A character, or I can say this A nucleotide from this DNA sequence. Now that we know that they all have this position number or index number, so if I want to access A, I will simply write print. Then I will give the name of my variable DNA, because this value is stored inside my variable. So let's write the name of our variable DNA. Now to access the A character, we will use this index number. Now to use this index number, we use square brackets here. Now you have to use square brackets, and now inside the square brackets, I am going to give the index number. So here I am writing 0. So by writing this line, I'm trying to say, I'm giving instruction to the Python that I want to access the A character, means the 0 index number position, means that the index number 0 has the A character. So I want to access this A character. Now let's run it. So here in the output, we are seeing A. Now let's access one more character. Let's write print the name of our variable DNA, add square brackets, and inside the square brackets, let's access T. So I have to give the index number 1. Let's run it again. Now this line has printed me T. So what we understood, that by using the indexing, we can access any character in a string. So if I change this index number to 5, now on the 5th index number, T character is stored, means T nucleotide is stored. Let's run it again. So here this line has printed me T nucleotide in the output. Now again, one more important thing to remember here is that Python does not know biology yet. It does not know that this is a nucleotide. It only knows that this is a character at a specific position. So if you understand indexing, you can access any part of a DNA sequence. Let me give you one question. Let's make it a comment by using hashtag. So I'm writing, if my DNA sequence is ATGC, what do you think DNA2 will give? I want you all to give me answer in the chat box. If my DNA sequence is ATGC, what do you think DNA2 will give? Write me answer in the chat box. Very good everyone. Yes, Danish, it will give us G. So here, as we know that the indexing starts from 0. So 1, 2, 3. DNA2. So 0, 1, 2. So on the second index, there is G. It's the same ATGC, it's same. So I'm counting here. So 0, 1, 2. So DNA2 will give us G. Now what if I add a space here? Let's make it ATGC. Now I have added some space here. Now tell me what DNA2 will give me. I have added space at the index number 2. Now what will DNA2 will give me here? Nothing. Okay. Blank. Space. Very good. It will give us space. Yes, Sia, do you want to say anything? Vidasri, do you want to say anything? Yes, it will give us space because we have added space at the index number 2. So when we will run, when we will click on the run button in the output, we will see space. Okay, Vidasri, Sia, do you want to say anything? Yes, Divya, very good. Let's run this. Okay, let's write DNA 2. Now let's run it. So here in the output, we are seeing nothing, but actually there is a space, the space we added here. So that means the space we added here is also on a index number, that Python also give index number to spaces. Suppose if I add space and space. Now here A nucleotide is on 0 index number, then there is space, the space is on index number 1, then T nucleotide is on index number 2. Now when I will run this line will print me T because T nucleotide is on index number 2. Let's run it. So we are seeing in the output T nucleotide. So what we learn in this topic, that indexing allows us to access individual nucleotides from a DNA sequence using their position number. Now we already know that the first nucleotide of a DNA sequence is always at index 0 because in Python counting always starts from 0, right? So if I write print DNA 0, this line will always print me A. Let's run it again. This line will always print me the first nucleotide of the sequence. And here the first nucleotide of this DNA sequence is A. Now the last nucleotide. Let's remove the spaces first. GT. Now this last nucleotide. This last nucleotide is not always at the same index number because sequences can be of different length. So instead of counting the whole DNA sequence to find out the index number of this last nucleotide, we already know that the length function gives us the total length of this string or of this DNA sequence. So if I write print and then I use length function and then give the name of my variable DNA, what will this line print me? This line will print me the length of my value. Let's run it. So here I am seeing 6. This is the total length of this DNA sequence. Now what if I do length of this DNA minus 1? Let's run it again. Now I am seeing 5. When I wrote print length of DNA, it printed me 6 because the total length of this string is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when I did print length of DNA minus 1, it printed me 5, which means if I add the name of my variable DNA and I write whole this line in square brackets. Let's write in square brackets. We just learned that if we want to access a specific character in this string, we use the index number. Just like we wrote here, we give the name of our variable and we use the square brackets, and inside the square brackets, we used the index number 0. Similarly, to access the last nucleotide, what am I doing here? I am giving the name of my variable DNA. Then inside the square brackets, I am giving my index value, like I want to access this last nucleotide. So what I just did, I did the total length of this value minus 1, which means when I will run it, it will print me T. So in the output, we are seeing our T nucleotide. Is there any confusion in this line? Is there any confusion what we just saw? Is everything clear? Okay, so because Python starts counting from 0, so the last index will always be length minus 1. Okay, Sudhesh, now I will repeat it. First of all, look at this line. We learned that we want to access a specific nucleotide from this DNA sequence. Suppose we want to access A. So what we will do? We will use the index number. So here I am using print. Then I gave the name of my variable because this DNA sequence is stored inside this variable. So I wrote the name of my variable. Now, if I do not want to access this whole string, I only want to access a particular nucleotide like A. So what I will do, I will use the square brackets, and inside the square brackets, I will give the index number. So here A is on index number 0. In Python, counting always starts from 0. So whatever the sequence, suppose there is T. Let's change it. Let's write T. So here the first nucleotide will always on index number 0. Okay. So here in the square brackets, I have written the index number 0. Now when I will run it, it has printed me a nucleotide. Now we have DNA sequences of multiple lengths. Here we are just seeing a little example, but in reality we work with thousands or millions of DNA sequences. Their length is, suppose the length is 2000 base pairs. Here the length is only 5. So 6. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here the length of this DNA sequence is only 6. But in reality, we work with 200 base pairs or 2000 base pair or 2 million base pair. Now what if in that DNA sequence, we want to find out the index number of this last nucleotide? So it's not possible that we count it, right? It's not possible that we count it like this 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So to do that, we already know what length function does. Length function give us the total length of this string. So here if I write print, then I use the length function, and inside the parenthesis I give the name of my variable DNA. Now this line will print me the total length of this DNA sequence. Let's run it. So here I am seeing 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This length function has given me the total length of this DNA sequence. Now to find out the index number of this last nucleotide, what will I do? I will just simply do length of this DNA sequence minus 1. Let's write print length and the name of our variable DNA, and here I will just simply write minus 1. Means what we are doing, the length of this, the total length of this DNA sequence minus 1 means 6 minus 1. So in the output it will print us 5. Let's run it. So in the output it has printed us 5. And here we are seeing that T nucleotide is on index number 5 because the counting in Python always starts from 0. So if we use the total length, if we only use the length function, it will always give us one number more, that is 6, right? So that's why I have written total length of DNA minus 1. Now just like we use the index number in this square brackets, we will simply write this again to find out the index number of this last nucleotide. So here I will write print DNA. I'm writing the same. I'm giving the name of my variable DNA. Then I'm using the square brackets. Now inside the square brackets, I'm going to write total length of this value minus 1. Let's write length, add parenthesis, write the name of your variable here, DNA, and then minus 1, which simply means 6 minus 1 means 5. So we have given the index number 5, and by writing 5 we are telling Python to print us T, and here we are saying that our T nucleotide is on index number 5. Let's run it. Now here in the output we are saying that this line has printed us A and this line has printed us T, which is the last nucleotide. Is it clear? Yes, it's correct. Soumya is correct. Okay. Uh, I forgot who asked this doubt. Is it clear? I forgot your name. Okay, yes, Sudeshna. Is it clear now? Great. Okay, let's solve some problem. Let's solve some practice questions now. Here, what we have learned today, these questions are related to that only. Here is your question number 1. Everybody open your VS Code, open your IDE, or whatever your IDE you are comfortable with, open it. And here is your question number 1. You have to write a Python program to store the following DNA sequence. So make a variable, store this DNA sequence, then print this DNA sequence, and then print the type of your variable. Okay, as I am sharing my screen to show you the questions, you can text in group if you want to say anything. Are you solving it? Pooja, if you want to see what we just did here, here as we learned that in this string, all the characters are on a specific index number. So suppose if you want to access G, you will use the index number 2. Or if you want to access C, you will use the index number 3. In this line, you will write this line as it is, and inside the square brackets, you will simply use the index number 3. Let's write 3 here and let's run it. It will print us C nucleotide. Let's run it. So it has printed us C. Okay, Pooja? Okay, everybody, as I'm sharing my screen to show you the questions, please write your messages in group. Okay, please write your messages in group. Okay, what's your name? 08FIIC. We are using VS Code. Have you installed Python? Just message me personally. We will let you install Python, okay? I will show you how to install Python and VS Code. Okay, now please all of you message in the group as I am sharing my screen to show you the question. Also, do not forget to mention your name here like this. Name is equal to and here your name. Okay, write your name as well. I'm seeing everybody answers. As you have not mentioned your name, so I don't know whose program belongs to whom. Okay, everybody has written it correctly. Okay, well done everyone. I am seeing there is no mistake. Everyone has done it correctly. So we understood that if we want Python to tell us the type of our value, that means we are storing some value and we want Python to tell us its type. So we will simply write, okay, let me show you the answer. This is the answer. So we will simply type print and the type of our variable. Well done everyone, there is no mistake. Okay, let's move on to next question. This is your question number 2. Write a program to calculate the length of the DNA sequence. Here is your DNA sequence and you have to calculate its length. Do not forget to write your name. Pragya, very good. Let's move on to question number 2. Akshay, very nice. Move on to question number 2. Sameen, very good. Write a program to calculate the length of the DNA sequence. Dolly, very good. Ashwini, very good. Anurag, very good. So now we understood why we use length and what's the purpose of length. And we also understood how to use the length function. Very good, Swati. Very good, Paripurna. Very good, Divya. Okay, everybody has done it correctly. Vigneshwari, do not forget to mention your name. Bhavya, very good. Okay, let me show you the answer now. So this was the DNA sequence and we use the length function like this to print the length of our DNA sequence. Very good, Sia. Okay, let's move on to our question number 3. This is our question number 3. Okay, please mention your name who has texted that this not working. You have written the code correctly. Save your file first. Whoever texted that this is not working, save your file first, then click on the run button. Press Ctrl plus S in your keyboard, then your file will be saved, and then again click on the run button. Okay. Let me know if it works now. Your code is actually correct. Just save your file first. Yes, Sakshi. Sakshi, save your file, okay? Press Ctrl plus S in your keyboard. Somya, very good. Let's move on to question number 3. Sahan, very good. Let's see question number 3 now. Goshali, why are you working in Python ideally? Did you not install VS Code? Okay, Sakshi. Okay, so we have received our first answer by Ashwini. Ashwini has printed the first nucleotide, the third nucleotide as well, and the last nucleotide as well. Very good, Ashwini. Bhavya, read the question again. You have to print the third nucleotide. How will you print the third nucleotide? What index number will you give? You are giving the index number 4. So will the index number 4 will print the third nucleotide? Anmol, look at this second line again. You have to print the third nucleotide. So in this DNA sequence, what is the third nucleotide? 1, 2, 3. Here G is the third nucleotide. Now what index number will you give in your program to print G in your output? Okay, Anmol? Very good, Abhinaya. Anurag, very good. Very good by printing the last nucleotide. Very good. Dwaipayan, very good. Sudeshna, very good. Everyone who are using -1 to print the last nucleotide, very well done. It is called negative indexing. Today we only learned about positive indexing. Jumana, very good. Okay, who has texted that? No, ma'am, that's what I was asking you. What was you asking? What were you asking? Can you repeat again? Samin, you have to print the first nucleotide and third nucleotide as well. Okay, Samin, complete these two lines as well. Sojanya, very good. Swati, very good. Paripurna, very good. Sahan. Sahan, you have to print the third nucleotide. You have given the index number 4. Will the index number 4 will print G? Check it out. Take a look at it again. The index number you have given 4, will it print G? Because our third nucleotide is G. 1, 2, 3. G is our third nucleotide. We have to print G. Okay, Sahan, look at it. Dolly, very good. Yes, Anmol, it's correct now. Tisha, write your name inside quotation marks. As you can see, VS Code is showing you there is one error by showing you the yellow line. Okay, write your name inside quotation marks. Very good, Samin. Yes, so let me show you the answer now. So this is the answer. We learned this today that if we want to print the last nucleotide, what we will do? We will do the total length of our variable minus 1. So this will print us the last nucleotide. Everyone, you can refer your answers from here. Yes, Ahan, it's correct now. Yes, Tisha, it's correct now. Gushali, I'm using VS Code. If you have not attended the starting lectures, you can watch the recording. Okay, from there you can install the VS Code. Okay, let's move on to our last question of the day. Compare two DNA sequences. Here you have given two DNA sequences. You have to write a program to print the length of both of these sequences and print the nucleotide at position 5 in DNA 2. So here on this fifth position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the fifth position, we have G nucleotide. Richa, Richa, you have not used the equal to sign. Okay, write name, then use equal to. Equal to is an operator. That's how you are making a variable. See here, I have used the equal to operator. So you are seeing error. Okay, Richa, use the equal to sign. Now the name will be your variable then in your file. Soumya, there is an error in your program. You have written length of DNA minus 5. So it is giving you an error. Okay, well done everyone with question number 3. Let's move on to our question number 4. Very good, Ashwini. Okay, Ashwini, look at this question. Print the nucleotide as at position 5. So in your DNA sequence, C at position 5, what is the nucleotide? In your DNA sequence, in your variable DNA1, inside the DNA sequence, C at position number 5, C nucleotide. So in the output, there is T. In your output, you have printed T, means you have given the wrong index number. Print the nucleotide at position 5. Very good, Anurag. Sameen, see, we learned that in Python, the counting starts from 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. And here the question is print the nucleotide at position 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that this G is at index number 4. So if you want to print the nucleotide at position number 5, you will have to give the index number 4, because in Python counting starts from 0, right? So to print the nucleotide at position 5, you have to give the index number 4. Atharva, very good. Yes, Sameen, it's correct now. Amreen, very good. Let me show you the answer. This is the answer. So here I have made variable DNA1 and DNA2 and I have stored the DNA sequences. Then to print the length of this variable, I have written length and the name of the variable, and then length and the name of the variable. And to print the nucleotide at position 5, here I have given the index number 4. You can refer to the answer here. So may I try to solve question number 4 now? Very good, Dolly. Very good, Sakshi. Okay, so today's goal was to help you understand how Python sees a DNA sequence as text for now. and how we can work with it using length and index number. Once this foundation is clear, BioPython will start making much more sense. So please do not feel that we are slow or we are stuck. We are simply preparing our base properly so that when we enter BioPython, we feel confident instead of confused. Alright? Harshita, you have given the index number 5. To print the nucleotide at position number 5, you have to give the index number 4. There is some error in your file. The name is not mentioned. Okay, Sia, very well done. So I will upload this practice question in the Google Classroom. I have already uploaded the practice question of lesson 4. I will upload this question and answers of this lesson 5 as well. So any one of you, if you have missed it, the questions, or you kindly let me know the mistake, ma'am. Here, see in the error, it is showing name error means name DNA2 is not defined. See the error, name DNA2 is not defined. Means you did not define the variable correctly. That's why this error is showing. Okay, everyone, do you have any other doubts? Second question. Okay, no problem, Aditya. I will upload this file in Google Classroom so you can practice at home at your own time. Okay, I will upload it. Priya, these are practice questions. I have not assigned you, I have not given any assignment yet in the Google Classroom. When I will upload the assignment, I will provide there to attach your assignment. Okay, these are just practice questions so that you can practice yourself. I will upload it in the Google Classroom. Yes, Dolly, what is your question? No, Devya, you do not have to submit your practice questions. It's for your practice. Like we are doing practice just now. Similarly, you have to do it practice at your own. Okay? You only have to submit your assignments. Divya, what is your Dolly? What is your question? Divya, are you asking if there is class on Monday? There is no class on Monday. Classes are only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Why we are using -1 code? Okay, Dolly, that is actually negative indexing. Okay, let me show you. See here. Here I wrote that A is on 0 index, T is on 1 index, G is on 2 index. So what is this? These are positive numbers. Just like in maths, we have a line. In the line, there in the middle there is 0, and after the 0 there are positive numbers, and before 0 there are negative numbers, right? In the maths we have number line. Similarly, in Python, this is called positive indexing. I did not teach you negative indexing today because I did not want to make it complex. Okay, but let's understand. -1 is like same. Here, this is the first character of the sequence. This is the first character of the string, which means it will always be on the index number 0. Similarly, the last character of this string will always on -1. So here, this is called negative indexing. So T means the last character of this string will always be on -1 index number. So let me write here -1. Okay, let me give me some spaces. So here A is on 0 index, T is on 1 index, G is on second index, C is on third, then again G is on fourth and T is on 5. Now, as I was saying that the first character of a string will always be on 0 index number. Similarly, in negative indexing, the last character of a string will always on -1 index number. Then we can count here from this. G is on -2, C is on -3. Like this we can count. Then again G is on -4. Let's write -4. Then T is on -5 and so on. Okay, -6. Just like we have a number line in maths. Okay, let me write it correctly. Just like we have a number line in maths, in number line there is 0 and after 0 there are positive numbers and before 0 they are negative numbers. Similarly, the first character will be on 0 in the positive indexing and in the negative indexing the last character will always be on -1. Okay. So T is on -1, G is on -2, C is on -3, and then G again will be on -4, and then T will be on -5, and then A will be on -6. Just like we are doing counting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we are doing the counting from right to left, -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay. Abhay, you can use anything you like. Okay, you can even use Jupyter notebooks. Some students are using Jupyter notebooks. You can use anything you like. Middle character, like you want to access G, if you're asking this, you just simply use the index number 2. Or if you want to access the middle character C, you simply use the 3 index number. Athira, if you are asking about slicing, that we are not doing today. Okay, today was only about indexing. Okay, Athira? Athira, indexing is simply numbers. It's like counting. Just like I gave you an example that on every book we have an index page, and what does the index page say? That the first chapter is on page number 1, second chapter is on page number 5, third chapter is on page number 10. Similarly, in Python, all the characters inside a string or the other data types we will use in future, all of these are on some index number. And in Python, indexing always starts from 0, it never starts from 1. Okay, so it's easy. If you're asking that if we have a long DNA sequence, then how are we going to access the middle part? We will learn about that. Okay, we will learn about that as well. For now, we are actually just building our foundations, what is indexing, because that is what we are going to use in the future in the upcoming lessons. Okay, any other doubt? Yes, Pranjali? Yes, Sia? Is it clear? Okay. Okay then, good evening everyone. I will upload the practice portion of today's lesson in the Google Classroom, okay? Space will also be given an index, right? Pranjali, it's your choice if you want to give the space. Just like I have given spaces here. See, I have given 2 spaces. Means A is on index number 0, then 1, then 2, then T will be on index number 3. Okay, if I do not give spaces, now here T is on index number 1. Okay, Pranjali? If we are giving a space, then it will also have an index number. Any other doubt? Okay, Vidasri, share your code again. Yes, Vidasri is correct. It's correct. You have printed length of your DNA 1 and then DNA 2 and then the fifth nucleotide. It's correct. Any other doubt? Okay, you can leave the class. Okay, Zililam, I will share it. Okay, I will share it in the Google Classroom. Vidasri, save your file first. Okay, I was only looking at your code. I didn't look at your terminal. Save your code first. Everyone else, you can leave the class. Yes, Zililam, haven't you joined the Google Classroom yet? The message is pinned in the group chat. The message is pinned in the group chat to join the Google Classroom. The code is available there. Just have a look in the group chat. The message is pinned. All of you, you can leave the class. Vedasri, I am taking a look at it. Your code is correct. Then why it's not printing? Vedasri, restart your VS Code and then run the code again. Vedasri, restart your VS Code. Then run the code again. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Restart your VS Code.